how did this become public? Not the
Why are there cameras there?
Televised, yeah. Do we know?
My guess is that many circumstances like this could be televised, but nobody cares enough, so they don't.
I see. So it's basically it's not illegal to do so. So most of these cases don't have enough because the Rittenhouse stuff was televised too, right? But you don't see this a lot otherwise. You don't see.
It might have been on the state as well. Like I really don't know the answer, but it has to be one of those things, right? It has to either depend on the state or like maybe it's something that could happen, like because O.J. Simpson was televised, right?
Yeah.
It's the good ones that are televised, to be fair, right? It is good TV. I can still remember being a little kid at my grandmother's, and she watched the O.J. Simpson trial religiously. My mom wasn't into it. We didn't watch it at home, but when I was with my grandmother, it was like, it's on. It's on. Let's watch. I remember watching hours and hours of that O.J. Simpson trial, and like there was this sort of like everyone knew he was guilty, and in my 6-year-old circle or whatever I was at the time. So like to me, it was just like, oh, that bad man killed that lady, and they're gonna get to the bottom of this. And then they got to the end, and like I think that was the first time in my life that I saw that like bad guys win sometimes, and like and we all reacted the same because I'm like looking up at like grown-ups, and they're all just like, but the DNA and the blood, and I don't know what DNA means, but I'm just like, yeah, it just kind of seemed like that bad man killed her. I thought too.
Like that bad man.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was working in a cubicle environment at the time, and someone turned on like a transistor radio, and this is a call center. Everybody stopped working. Everyone stopped working and listened to the verdict get announced, and we were shocked that he got off. It was I'll never forget the experience. The call centers don't go silent, right? They're just jibber jabber. It's like a cafeteria almost until the OJ verdict was announced. And I guess he had an excuse for everything. I can't believe the glove thing. Like it was like kabuki theater. I think that's what it's called. He has a latex glove on. This would be like a nurse would wear. Everyone knows what a latex glove is. And then he's going to put his designer gloves on top of the latex glove. And he's trying to make it look like it doesn't fit. Well, it doesn't because he has a latex glove under it. It also doesn't because he's like holding his hand big and wide and stuff.
You bend your palm a little. You like flex. Like watch how much bigger my hand gets when I just flex.
Yeah. He did what you do to make your hand not fit in a glove.
Bit.
While wearing a latex glove under it. And I was like, am I the only one that sees this? He's pretending his glove doesn't fit.
At the time that was happening, I'm sure everyone was like, but he's wearing a glove. Like, what the fuck? Like, you wouldn't know because there's no social media, but I'm sure like the inner communication of people.
There's no way to look at that other than a huge failure on the part of the LA DA. If that's who did it. I don't know if it was LA. It may have been that little community they were in, whatever it's called. You have to put the blame squarely on Marcia Clark and that other prosecutor. Like it was their case to win or lose, and they lost it.
Yeah, they had all the evidence. Like everything was lined up for them to do it. And I'm told that typically the prosecutor is better than the defense attorney. That's the normal state of affairs. The prosecutor is just like a higher level of attorney. I don't know. There's fewer of those jobs, I think. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
But this was the rare inverse of that, where the defense attorneys were just much better than the prosecutor.
Oh yeah, well you get that where you've got really rich defendants as well. Obviously, it's like Johnny Cochran was the man for that, and it wasn't just Johnny. He had a whole team of people. There's a whole team of those motherfuckers over there.
What a hero!
Have you guys seen the Jesus, the one with Cuba Gooding Jr. the mini series
Radio? No,
about OJ.
Oh,
not really.
No, I haven't seen that.
No.
Radio is hysterical.
It is funny.
Okay, so I highly recommend the OJ Simpson miniseries. I think they did it on FX, and you've got David Schwimmer, which is Ross from Friends, as Kardashian, and you've got Cuba Gooding Jr. plays OJ, and Marcia, the lady that plays Marcia Clark, she's also in a lot of the American Horror Story stuff. She looks a lot like Marcia Clark and does a phenomenal job. Even the guy that got to play Ito looks like Judge Ito. And I think it's 6 or 7 episodes. It's excellent. It's so good. I'm surprised you guys haven't seen it. It's OJ Simpson. What's it called? I thought it was called The People versus OJ.
Oh, I've scrolled past that on Netflix, I think.
It's
The People
really,
versus
really
OJ.
fucking good. Like if you watch the first episode, you'll be hooked. I mean, you know how it ends, right? But still, like learning how they got there is fascinating. O.J. Simpson, American Crime Story. That's the one with Cuba. Okay. Didn't Cuba Gooding Jr. recently get some sexual assault stuff?
No.
Kevin Spacey did. Did Cuba Gooding Jr. also?
Yeah, I think they got Cuba. I think he got Me Too'd.
By who?
Or him also'd, however you want to put it.
Him also.